talk a little bit about a fellow named John Cage. Here's a direct quote of his. "I have nothing to say, I am saying it, and that is poetry." John Cage is most widely known as the inventor of so-called chance music. Cage studied under Henry Cowell at the New School for Social Research, which was actually the American branch of the Frankfurt School, and my dad did a lecture on that. I think he does a lecture on that every year. It's Hollywood's Most Despised Villain, and I think it's available back in the book table. But it's the school that he learned composition from was the American branch of the Frankfurt School. He rejected the idea that there was any universal meaning, structure, law, or order to life and art. Here's another quote of his. "My work has become an exploration of non-intention." And here are a couple of paintings that he did, and they look just like his music sounds. And I'm going to see if I can play one of these clips. I might need David to...
I would like to tell you that Mr. Cage's secret is that he's going to play one of his musical compositions tonight. He is probably the most controversial figure in the musical world today, and when you hear his performance, if you will forgive me, you will understand why. The instruments that he will use include a water pitcher, an iron pipe, a goose call, a bathtub, 5 radios all hooked up, and what is the latest status? Are they hooked? Are they working or not? I'll explain this later. They're not. And a grand piano. Now, Mr. Cage, I know that you teach a course in experimental sound at the new school.
Experimental music?
Experimental music.
Yes.
Will you tell us quite seriously whether or not you consider what we're about to hear music? No tongue-in-cheek, but seriously.
No, perfectly seriously. I consider music the production of sound. And since in the piece that you will hear I produce sounds, I would call it music.
You will call it music, all right?
Okay, that's John Cage's philosophy of music. Sound equals music, which not only denies... Excuse me, I need to go back one. Not only denies the existence of a sovereign God and a created order, but it actually denies the existence of music itself, because if there is no difference between music and sound, then what is music? And the answer is, there is no meaning. My work has become an exploration of non-intention. By what standard? By the standard of man's reason. Here's the attitude. There are no rules. There is no created order. There is no God. The universe exists out of randomness and pure chance. Existence is random. There cannot be ultimate truth because that implies eternal truth, which implies unchanging truth, which implies the existence of a sovereign God. By chance, the world was established, and by chance, the world is ruled. This is the attitude. It's a complete rejection of biblical meaning. But as my father said earlier, there is no such thing as a rejection of meaning. Absolutely everything has meaning. If you're not with God, you are against God. If your music and your art is not for God, your music and your art is against God. The response of the Christian auteur is, by God the world was established, and by God the world is ruled. God is the standard.